Hi math teachers, this is a video about day 4 of trades, jumps, and stops. So the flow of today is going to be similar to day 2 because we're going to start with 20 questions and then play a game, but it's going to be a different version of 20 questions and a different game. So today's 20 questions is a little different because we're starting with 2 bags of unknowns. So here I have all like the answer is given away here, but you're going to set it up with 2 bags, hopefully not the Ziploc bags that are see-through, but bags that they can't see what's inside. And inside the first bag, you're going to put 1 quarter, 3 dimes, 4 nickels, and 1 foreign coin. That's just like copy in the back of the book. It looks like a little C inside an octagon. So I would actually cut that out of the, make a copy of that and cut out a picture of that, maybe even on colored paper, because you're pretending like that's a real foreign coin that you don't know the value of. Same thing in this bag, 1 quarter, 2 dimes, 6 nickels, and 1 of those same foreign coins. The difference also in how you record is that when they ask questions, I would try to structure it something like in 2 columns with like a column A and column B. So, or bag 1 and bag 2. And you could write that on the board, bag 1 and bag 2. And then they're going to ask questions like, are there any pennies in bag 1? And you would say, no pennies. And they would say, are there any dimes in bag 2? And you would say, yes, dimes, or whatever it is. And have them work through in the same style they used in previous days, to get to the point where you know how many of each kind of coin there is in each bag. So you should get pretty close to the point where they're like, figured out that there's 1 quarter and 3 dimes and 4 nickels in this bag. And then maybe and no pennies, get to the point where they figure out, they've gone through the elimination, figured out that there's the number of quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies, in fact, even if that number is 0 for each one. And on this side, same thing, 1 quarter. And if as they're going through, they figure out, they're like answering questions and haven't gotten the answer yet, you can pause at a moment and say, if like this is what you know, for example, that this bag has 1 quarter, 3 dimes, and 4 nickels, and you know this bag has 1 quarter and 2 dimes, and you haven't figured out anything else yet, you could take a moment on your board and pause and say, what symbol would I put between these 2? That would be a nice flow to this. So they would figure out this side is greater, you'd have to put the greater than symbol, and have them talk through, because they both have 1 quarter, but this one has 3 dimes and 4 nickels, and that one only has 2 dimes. So trying to keep the conversation alive of comparing amounts, not by adding them up, but by looking at parts that are the same. So keep going until you figure out that the total amount in each side, what is it, 1 quarter, 2 dimes, and 6 nickels. And then you're going to surprise them. And you're going to say, I bet you think I'm done. I bet you think you're done. You figured out what's in each bag, but it turns out there's actually another coin. And reveal that there is a foreign coin in each bag. And say, it's the same type of coin in each bag, but I don't know what this type of coin is worth. It's a foreign coin. I got it a long time ago when I was traveling. I put 1 of them in each bag. Let's call it C for now. Call it C because we don't know what it's worth, but it's a coin. So you're going to write plus C and plus, I didn't leave enough room, plus C on this side as well. And then you're still looking to put the symbol between the 2 amounts, and then engage in a conversation about how you could possibly figure out which side is greater without knowing the value of this, and encourage them to guess. Say, well, what if it was worth 5 cents? then it would be 5 cents here and 5 cents here, and they would be equal to each other. Well, what if it was worth 10 cents? What if it was worth 17 cents? And see if you can get them to the point in the conversation where they say it doesn't matter the value of that coin because both sides are going to be equal no matter what. Next, you're going to play a second round of 20 questions. This time you're going to focus on unequal amounts. So here you've got 1 quarter, 2 dimes, 4 nickels, and the foreign coin. Here you've got 1 quarter, 2 dimes, 6 nickels, and 1 foreign coin. So the only difference is in the amount of nickels. Everything else is identical, not just equivalent, but the same, in fact. So this should be a quicker round. They should jump to the idea that there might be a foreign coin because that's relevant in their minds, and it's a very interesting conversation, probably to second graders. And there should be a spirited conversation around this. Not every kid is going to get it right away, but allow them to continue to talk about it and grapple with it and try and convince each other, especially the kids who need to add up the total amount on each side before comparing are going to have a really hard time with the concept of this foreign coin. But allow that conversation to happen. Don't allow it to take over the whole class because there is another activity. So even if there are kids who aren't totally on board with it, when the conversation ends, wrap up the game, wrap up the 20 questions because we're going to play another game called, what is it? Trading Dimes, I think. Trading Dimes. The next activity is to play a game called Trading for Dimes. The goal of this game is to trade up to get enough dimes to fill up a roll of dimes, which is worth $5, which is 50 dimes. So they suggest that you start playing this by modeling it for the group. So you have everyone sort of sit in a circle or looking up at the board, and you play with one kid in the center, or you project it this way. And you begin by pulling out, you have to copy the cards. These are similar to the last game, but it's a different set. These are the Trading for Dime cards. And you pull out 4 cards, and you bring those to the center. And that's your first game, your first play. So my 4 cards are -5, +38, +49, and +1. And the way you take a turn is that you write those 4 cards on your recording line. This is about finding equivalencies to dimes. So I would write +49, +1, +38, -5 equals, the whole point of this game is equivalencies, so they're all going to be equal here. And then I have to find out what this is in terms of dimes. So 49 + 1, I'm going to put that together to be 50. And then 38 - 5 I can figure out separately is 33. So what it's going to look like on this side is I'm going to do +10 + 10. I'm writing this out in terms of dimes. 10 + 10 + 10. That's my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Pardon the announcement. That's my 5 dimes from here. And then plus 3 more. 10 + 10 + 10. And then +1 + 1 + 1. This is very messy. Hopefully this is reflective of what an actual second grade paper looks like. And so that is my first term. Then on the next turn, you do a similar thing, which is that you're going to take out, let's delete these. You're going to take out 4 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to go ahead and write what you have here, plus 25 plus 35 minus 2 minus 3 is equal to, and then you're going to write what that's equal to in terms of dimes. So 25 and 35, I can write those 2 dimes and 3 dimes. This is however the kid is thinking about this. 1, 2, 3. very messy. I sincerely apologize. And then that 5 plus that 5, but I see I've got minus these 2 here, so it's really just plus 5. So I'm going to do plus 5. Okay. Then you're going to go ahead and take another turn. You keep doing this, and you keep coming up with equivalencies. So if at some point all of my extra pieces can add up, I ran out of cards. If at some point you have enough of these extra pieces to add up to another full amount, like let's say whatever this one is, plus 28 plus 10 plus 15. Pardon that that's an incomplete set, but I'm going to write that that's 10, 10, 10, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus another 10, and then plus 3 extra. So now I see that I've got 3 here, 5 here, 1, 2, 3 here. So I'm going to write 5 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 10 plus 1. So again, I'm going in and I'm trying to get 50, is that right? 50, yes, sorry, 50 dimes total. We're working as a team to get enough dimes so that we can trade out for a roll of dimes, which is worth $5. So counting all of these up, and I've now reused some of these extra pieces here in this line to get another dime. Things to note about playing this game is that, number 1, you are not supposed to be using coins while playing. The point is to use the numbers on paper as opposed to using the tool of the manipulative to help you today. So not using coins. Number 2, make plenty of extra recording sheets because kids will need more than one sheet probably to finish this game. Number 3, they're working together on these. It's not a competitive game. There isn't one player playing against the other one. They're just working as a team on one recording sheet, just taking turns flipping the cards and recording. And number 4, that there isn't really, there isn't a congress about this one. You just want to let the kids play, and they're getting practice with writing equivalencies, with writing equations where the 2 expressions are balanced and equal to each other, and getting practice making tens. Making tens will continue to be important through the rest of the unit. All right, that's day 4. Thanks.